Hey there viewers, my name's Torinski and welcome back to another DCSS Sunday. Where we last left off, last week, we unfortunately had piloted Dongus into an untimely death at the very end of our run in Zot 5 due to the lack of willpower, leading to an unfortunate paralysis situation. But these things happen, of course, and today we'll be hopping right back into Palentonga, trying to get yet another one of these rolling pangolin hybrids through to victory. So, without further ado, let's start getting set up here today. Hop right in. Still have Belid selected from our last stream on Tuesday, trying to start off some 15 rune runs, but we're back into the thick of it today. Sorry to hear of the loss, but in honor of your native land, I have to say Maple Stirrup. I kid, but I had to say it. I do love that, and I'm gonna put that into the list here, because first off here, I think what we're gonna have to go with is something that I believe was another suggestion from you, Safid, a while back here, and I'm feeling like this Palentonga might just have to be Harry Trotter. And I believe that Harry Trotter will make it through in one piece. As for what we want to start off as, last time we went with Monk, but this time around, I was debating going with more of a classic fighter background here, if just because I want to be open and available for following Gozag potentially, and it's nice to start with a Kite Shield as well, get some early defensive capabilities right off the bat. And so, with that in mind, let's go for it. And as for weaponry, last time we were leaning pretty hard into the Quaslol build, so we went with axes just to kind of work along with that. And I do always like me some axes, but I'm tempted to go straight to the maces and flails this time around. Take out the middle person, as it were, and maybe start off with that and see where the run takes us. We might end up transitioning anyway. Who knows what kind of artifacts we'll find in the deep dark dungeon. So let's try that to start off. It's a nice solid base weapon, especially at the start of the game. Maces generally get rolling a little bit easier, and for the most part we're going to be wanting to try and fight in hallways as much as possible. And as mentioned, this time around will be Harry Trotter. In fact, might make one slight change to this, and will be Harry Trotter this way. Very apt and accurate name for our loving Palentonga here, even though we don't quite have that much fur. I guess it's more of a scale thing, but maybe this buddy in particular is just a wee bit hairy. And so, we pop into our skills as per usual, make sure we hit the manual, and let's start just training our weapon up, trying to get as close to min delay as we can right off the bat. Our attack delay is 1.5 with our shield. Might want to start training shields as well. In fact, if we take that off, we can take a look. Go down to 1.3. Not a huge difference. And on the other side of things, we see we lose the tiniest bit of evasion, and we gain 8 shield. So maybe I will keep the shield around just for the time being, and we'll see how that rolls. But pop on all the usual throwing implements, make sure we have those available. All of the evocables can get turned on to auto pickup. Without further ado, let's wait a second. Almost started without thinking about it, but first off, let's pop out the seed for the run real quick. As always, just in case somebody wishes to join us along at home and see how they handle the exact same run setup as we go through. We'll pop the seed on screen, just like that. And now, for real this time, we're officially ready to get going, and let us begin. We're hoping for some early luck. It's okay, not the best shop to find early on here. I'm hoping we can get some of the luck that we saw on our Tuesday run, if just because we were playing on a Felid, and we found all of the armor shops and all of the weapon shops along the way, which unfortunately were not at all useful for that character, but Harry Trotter here is in desperate need of equipment as soon as possible. So let's see how our luck goes today. You can also see that this buddy has a dagger of venom, which might be a little bit of a pain in the butt. I'm hoping we can kill him. Oh wow. Immediately lethally poisoned. Well, turns out Harry Trotter is going to be crossing his fingers relatively early here. We do have 2 potions. Could be a curing in here. Maybe even a heal wounds would do the trick. Let's find out. The first one was a potion of magic. The second one, potion of resistance. Ouch. Well, I'm so sorry, Harry Trotter. It was not meant to be, I guess. Holy moly, me oh my. Very unfortunate start to our day today. But hey, maybe we're getting the bad luck out of the way early on. It's sad because I did really like the name, but on that note, maybe it was meant to be that Maple Stirrup is going to lead us to victory. Big oops indeed. But let's go for it. I think, Safid, you were feeling the proper luck today, and I feel like Maple Stirrup is going to succeed where Harry Trotter unfortunately failed. Oh me oh my. What a start. It's a good thing we don't have a streak going at the very least. If that's how our initial Palentonga run had ended right off the bat, would have been a little bit more disappointed. But this is the nature of DCSS and the way things go. Now I'm just waiting for another hobgoblin to pop out of the blue with another venomous dagger. I guess part of that is most likely linked directly to the fact that we had such a slow attack speed, so maybe I should have taken off the shield. Because I believe we got stabbed a couple times in a turn, or in an attack cycle rather, on our side of things, and got those unfortunate stacks of poison added. Hey Brain, how's it going? You just missed us piloting our first run of the day immediately into the ground, but I'm hoping that this new Palentonga can indeed make the distance here. Those dang daggers of venom, they'll get you. They'll get you early on. But here we go. This time we're at least almost done exploring the entire first floor. Ooh, me oh my. So impressive. Let's see how the RNG shakes out today. Immediately run into an adder, and well, we know how the last poison fight went. We should be able to take it on, but let's just play it safe, shall we? I want Maple Stirrup to go the distance, if possible here. We immediately run into a whole crowd of enemies, but that's fine. Let's take these buddies upstairs, where we can fight them one-on-one in a nice hallway setting. Very much a more preferable setup, as it were. And, I wonder if you're the same buddy that we just ran across. We do have a throwing net, but let's start with some stones, hoping to get some early chip damage, maybe a roll. Ouch. We'll start fighting here, keeping a close eye on our health. And there we go, the bat managed to block the hallway for us. So we can think about this a little bit. Adder with a venom dagger among us. Yeah. Oh me oh my. What a start to the day. Well, I'm gonna go for the throwing net. Ooh, that is unfortunate. Well, hopefully this bat can take the lead. Ah, the adder's back. What is with me today? These are some unfortunate rolls we're having, so I'm going to take the might potion. All we need is 1 hit. We have a 26% chance to hit. Not great odds. But cross your fingers with me. Come on. Come on, Maple Stirrup. I need you to do it. Oh, we killed the adder. Okay, and then we run. We'll take a few bat hits, but it shouldn't be too much damage. Run upstairs. You deal up to 3, I believe. Oh no, 1d5 on freeze. That's not great. But we do still have the might going. We do just need 1 hit. There we go, and we do manage to get it. Oh, what a start to our day. What a string of events. We see an early Nemlik shrine. Last time around, we did have somebody suggest Nemelex, and I turned it down because I was slightly too late on seeing it and had already followed Quaslaw. Let's take a peek here, shall we? So Nemelex allows you to draw from the decks of power. There are 3 different decks, I believe. There's an attack-based one, a defense-based one, and a utility-based one, kind of, is how I remember this. Who knows? We might realize I'm totally wrong once we start actually looking at things. But as we gain piety, we get some more decks of power, can choose 1 of 3 cards each time that we draw, and then the later abilities allow us to suddenly draw multiple cards off the top of the stack, 4 it says here, and the ability to stack 5 cards from your decks. I'm curious if that allows us to pick and choose exactly which ones we want to show up in the near future, so that could be good. Haven't played Nemelex in many versions. Yeah, same here, and I've never had a solid run with Nemelex. I think I've had a couple that kind of ended middle and early, usually even before Lair, so I definitely don't have much personal experience with them. But it might be fun to try something a little bit new, see how it goes. And then you've been rolling Orc Fighter, and the first 4 floors are just hold tab. That does sound nice. Oh, imagine being able to tab through fights instead of having each and every one of these early fights be sheer panic and mayhem. A note to people smarter than you, Obsidian Axe, just say no down on Zot 3's Green Jesus. Yeah, the Obsidian Axe, incredibly powerful artifact, but unfortunately the inability to get yourself out of fights and having to just fully commit all the time can be a bit of a dangerous game. But you know what? Let's try it out today. Nemelex Zobe. We see right away we have Escape, Destruction, and Summoning. So, okay. Maybe a little bit correct in my earlier guesses. I knew Destruction in my head and I knew Escape in my head. Summoning was not necessarily the type of utility I was thinking about, but sounds good to me. And now we just want to get a few early kills here in order to unlock some cards to use in these decks. And there we go. Finally, we get a good roll on our next adder here. It goes much more smoothly than our first attempt. Maybe a good omen? Maybe, just maybe? One can dream at the very least. Heart of the cards, Yugi? Yes, we will believe in the heart of the cards. And as long as we believe hard enough, we can't be beat. That's how it works for Yugi, that's how it's going to work for us as well. Okie dokie, an early null pack on D2. We at least only attracted the one without a polearm here, so we can drag them up into a more manageable hallway. And let's take this buddy on. Fortunately, we are strong enough species combo here in order to actually take the fight. As long as we don't have 2 of them hitting us at once, we should be okay. Ah, speaking of which, 2 of them at once. What fun. But that's fine. We'll take this buddy to the stairs, take them upstairs, or up said stairs, and let's do a little bit of a shuffle here, shall we? That halberd buddy is still wandering around somewhere. I'm tempted to explore the rest of the floor here and try our best to fight them, but let's maybe play it safe and just start on D3. We can come back when we're a little more experienced, or we can just let them live. Sometimes it pays to be a little generous with the monsters. I mean, I do love playing gnolls, so maybe they can change their colors in the future, become a hero. That's at least if Maple Stirrup isn't able to go the distance, which obviously isn't going to be a problem, because they definitely will. Quaslaw Shrine is a bit of an ode to our first buddy here, and wow, we pick up 2 rings off the same spot on the floor. Not too bad. We get to start off with a little bit of slain power here, and this run definitely needed a bit of positive energy infused into it after how we started the stream today. So I can't say no to that. The wizard can be a little bit scary here, so we will retreat a few steps. Never mind, we will just end up fighting it and taking it out a lot more quickly than I initially suspected. The Morning Star, -2 to hit and 13 damage, so slightly slower attack, slightly less accuracy, but definitely a solid starting weapon. So we'll probably be switching to that as soon as we get just a bit more experience in our maces and flails category. We're still waiting on some cards. In fact, maybe we'll take a quick peek. What do you like? Namlex Obey likes it when we explore the world. So we will just have to keep going forward here. And as we uncover new tiles, we're slowly but surely gaining extra piety. Oof. Ouch. That hurt real bad right away. And already we're in the thick of things once more. Never a dull moment. Try for a net. Unfortunately, it is tough to hit these evasive monsters. I mean, at least the Iguana is not very quick. So we could run away hoping for some random energy to work in our favor. It's not horrible. Wow, what a start to our day. Got a max roll on the enemy's damage here in our first combat, even though they might have also gotten a couple hits in. Again, if we take a look, our attack speed is slightly slow at the moment. So we could start panic reading now, and that's actually probably for the best. We can either start quaffing some potions or reading some scrolls, crossing our fingers and hoping for a ticket out of here. Let's play it safe. So often in my own play, I'd just run headfirst into the problem, crossing my fingers, hoping that we get some good rolls, but why not play it a little bit more safe? Did get heal wounds identified, so that's pretty awesome in its own right. We could even, if we want to play optimally, just do a whole bunch of running around like this until we slowly, surely gain health. Where did you come from, sir? Phantom out of nowhere? Oh me, oh my. We even got the random energy that we so desired off of the Iguana. Oh, so unfortunate. Still no cards in our decks, so that's not an option. Let's maybe start reading some scrolls. Fog isn't gonna do it. Let's try again. Identify might get us a bit closer. We'll identify another one of our scrolls, see how that goes. I mean, we could hope that the Phantom hits us here and causes us to blink to a more favorable position. I guess with the fog clouds, that's not very likely. Might end up here, we might end up down here, neither of which is perfect. Oh, what an adventure. Well, in that case, let's maybe go for one more scroll here, shall we? See if we can't get lucky. We get a fear scroll. Okay, so now it's just the Phantom and I. The Iguana got chased away. I don't think I can take you. But we are back to just having one enemy at our backs here. Whoops, bad move on my part. And let's just do some walking. And here I thought we wouldn't be doing too much of this tedious stuff today, at least to start off. I'm not usually a huge fan of spending the entirety of our time doing these minute crawl movements. We did get a step advantage. Let's head for the stairs. Hope that we make it. We did indeed. Okay, out of our first stack of trouble. Oh me, oh my. Right into the halberd knoll that we were going to leave alive, but now Maple Stirrup is angry. Immediately takes it out on the first creature that we come across. And this is the stair with the Iguana, so let's maybe head to another one. Try and gain some experience before we face that buddy again. The most fearsome of foes, a small lizard. And there we go. Was ready for that adder fight to immediately go crashing downhill, but not today. I might mark the Amulet of Regeneration. And since that's a ways off in terms of money anyway here, I feel like we might as well buy ourselves a cloak. Gives us one extra AC point here, can maybe get us through. And we get our first cards. That will also be a huge help, especially because we run across our first unique of the day. She looks extremely dangerous, which makes sense with the mixture of that pain and paralysis. Not in a great spot. So, let's try it out. Let's see how Nemlex is treating us so far today. So we'll draw from our deck of destruction, and we drew the orb. So I think this might send off an orb of destruction. Let's try it out. Of course, none of them go the right way. Perfect. Swipe left, Monkas. Yeah, I wish we could. Fortunately, not with this grinder. But we can make it to the stairs. Head up. Take a deep breath. What a day. Head to a stairwell that's slightly out of sight of said grinder. And it's tempting to just go down these stairs, but I do kind of want more experience. If we keep just skipping levels, we will eventually start hitting a bit of a wall here. So if we can explore the southern part of this level maybe a bit more safely, don't do that. Auto explore. How many times have I told you not to do that? This is slightly more manageable. I was worried I was going to immediately eat my words and get absolutely murdered by a Quokka, but not today. At least not yet. Who knows what the rest of the run holds. We can fortunately take out the Orc Priest right away. We have a +2 dagger of speed coming our way. That's not great, to say the least. Might do a little bit of backstepping here, try and sort ourselves out. I probably don't want to just immediately head down a stairwell because there will be no option of retreat. But we're gonna fight you kids just a bit longer. And for this speed dagger son of a gun, I'm gonna immediately throw a net, try and take them out in one fell swoop, and we did manage to. Whew. And we're back to it. Lork the Orc. Wow. Not our day today, huh? Unfortunately, Lork can take us out relatively quickly here. Could reach into our deck once more. Hope for something good. Only have 4 cards, unfortunately, but let's do it and see what we get. Immediately throw out an electrical discharge. That does give us a little bit of an advantage at the start of the fight here. We can then switch to poison darts, try and stack up some of that. Maybe, just maybe, we can take out this unique. Perfect. So slightly better luck there. There's still, of course, the grinder wandering around somewhere. Hopefully, we don't run into them too soon, but I'm glad we didn't skip this floor because I was very tempted to. We would have missed out on our economical temple here. Let's do a little looky-loo. I guess, wait a second. No, I'm completely forgetting that we're already following Nemlex. What's your issue, my brain? Why do I immediately forget everything? Is this a dead end? Well, okay, grinder. I see how it is. Drawing for destruction once more, and we turn grinder into a Hellwing. That's not great. I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like that's worse. And unfortunately, this buddy is fast too, right? At least does little jumps. It can swoop behind us. Unfortunately, gotta catch this tiny little fly. What would a stream be without the fly that only shows up when I'm online, right? Well, in this case, let's turn the corner. Read a scroll of identify. Gonna look for some solutions here. If we can get scroll of teleportation, that might be nice. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it right off the bat, but I'm gonna read ID another scroll here. Get immolation. Oof. Well, maple syrup. You were a great friend. So sorry about your upcoming loss here. As immediately gets snuck up on by the Hellwing. Oh, yeah, my rider seems to return to its normal shape. Doesn't look like it if you ask me. Draw destruction again. Grinder was blown away by the lightning. Might just be prolonging the inevitable here. Oh my. Vitriol? Let's do it. Does absolutely nothing. A glob of acid. Well, I would say we had a good run, but that's not really true. Have a 37% chance to evade us, 45 health. This might be the end. You deal up to 10 damage and 17s, 27. Might die in one hit. Let's give it a couple swings. We'll drink a health potion. We'll drink, all the potions. We fly into the air. We feel attractive to monsters. That's not good. And magic was our last potion. I was looking for haste, hoping that we might get some good luck out of it. And today is just not our day. Huh. What a ride. It's gonna take some ridiculous luck to get out of this one. I don't think it's gonna happen, but let's try it out, shall we? Attack once, attack twice, and we immediately die. So sad. Body disappears with a glow. And that's about as much as we get to check out Nemlex, I guess. Seemed like it could be fun, but it wasn't meant to be. And again, as we mentioned in the first run, the positive spin on all of this is that we're just getting all of the bad luck out of the way, getting rid of all the horrible mojo that we've built up here, and maybe, just maybe, seeing the god run in a moment here. And it's okay, Usain Colt will revenge us, but we don't need it. Sounds good to me. I'm glad we have you here, Safid. You have a plethora of backup names. And many of them have seen us to victory in the past. Is it the flails? Is the flails just not meant to be, or are the flails rather? Maybe, just maybe. Could go back to axes. No, one more try. Keep running at that wall until you break through it, right? Let's try it out here. Usain Colt will be the difference maker. The one chosen Palentonga. And to start off the run, we take a deep breath, get everything set up, and prepare to head once more into the breach. This time around, we'll even remember to drop the Morik here, grab the seed like we do. Because, as mentioned, this is going to be the god run, so if there was any seed that you might want to try out on your own at home, it's gotta be this one. You're tapped out on the horse bun here, guys. That's okay. I believe that you will no longer need to come up with more after this. Oh wow. Quite the crowd. Hello, friends. What an adventure. We'll back up here, let everyone stack up against us, and, I mean, as long as we're able to make it through them, I guess it's not necessarily bad luck to immediately get absolutely swamped upon entering the dungeon. Wow, in general, this is a very busy floor. A lot of people hanging out in this dungeon level today. Take a peek at the dagger here, Dagger of Venom. I'm picking it up for austerity's sake here. It's a little bit of good luck to carry around something that has killed you in a previous life. It's something that I've just decided to believe in just now. Come at me, Dart Slug. Perfect. And let's see how the rest of the floor goes, shall we? Oh, it's definitely an adventure today. Can't say that the RNG isn't keeping things interesting at the very least. Find yourself a shop. Unfortunately, not much to look at here. I do wish that we were playing as a troll or an ogre, because a +7 giant spiked club this early in the game could be real fun, but it was not meant to be, I guess. And so we continue. Oh me, oh my. An angry hiss. Okay, I was worried that it would be a full adder here instead of just a little baby snake. But I'll take it. Bring all of our new friends back up here, and okie dokie. Could have some kind of roly-poly name. I do like that as well. I think we used up a lot of different roll puns for our troll runs back in the day, but that doesn't mean we can't start to come up with some for the Palentonga side of things as well. I like the spirit. Here we are down to D2. I think last run maybe no character is meant to have the power of running into 2 magical rings on a single slot, so there's no way for it to go but downwards from there. Guardian Spirit Necklace is a nice little bit of extra health early on here. Unfortunately, we only have 3 magic points, so it's not going to be a whole lot, but never know when it will be the difference between life and death. There we go. Managed to remember just at the last moment. We can shut doors in snakes' faces. Okay, I don't like this. Let's not explore up that way. Could go for an early Ogawaru here. It is slightly tempting, but I think I will hold out hope. Wait for a temple or another shrine to show up. Hello, friend. Maybe we just have to fight this adder. Keep running into them multiple different directions here. Let's go for it. Take a few swings. Does go our way nice and early on here, which does mean we can immediately clear that exclusion. And I feel like there are going to be a whole lot of deep breaths happening today. Sighs of relief, more so than anything else. We call them pill bugs. Yeah, definitely heard them by that name before. But again, all things considered here, we're not gonna need another name. We used up all the best, or 2 of the best puns right off the bat. The names are too good to make it. That's how I'm gonna choose to believe those runs went. Maybe even the second run was doomed to fail because I forgot to make the file dump and post the seed on the screen here. Gotta allow people to play along with us at home. It's the only way. I do kind of want to just take this buddy on. Necrophages are a nice amount of experience early on. And I guess as a bit of a sword and board, or mason board as it were, we are usually in a slightly better position to take these buddies on, but I'm feeling shaken to my core, so let's start off with just leaving the encounter for the time being, employing the most classic of all DCSS skills, the skill to just run away. We did also manage to identify our haste potions because Hobgoblin there chugged one right in front of us. So we do have one of those at our disposal for any upcoming emergencies. I will also immediately pick up this buckler here, and I think I will switch to that. If we take a look, our attack delay is 1.4. If we switch to the buckler, it goes down to 1.2, so maybe slightly less chance of taking a couple of really bad rolls consecutively here at the very least. Wand of Acid is also nice. We didn't end up finding any Wands of Acid for the almost entirety of the run last time around. So I can see that working out in our favor. Now as we come across this Uskaya altar once more, I'm tempted to pick them up. Uskaya is a really powerful deity in a lot of ways, especially later on getting the power to just instantly give any monster on screen here. Let's maybe give it just a few more moments. We'll see if we can't find the Economical Temple on the next floor. We'll be missing out on a little bit of piety that we could have gone by now by doing so, but that's not the end of the world. And interesting. You can immediately see that all of the upstairs are in this one location. So it's not likely that we can avoid running into this ogre son of a gun. We could start reaching into our pocket for consumables here. Maybe drink that haste and a might potion. Hope that it gets us through the fight in one piece here, because we will die in 2 hits. Nothing personnel, kid, but just for that, we're gonna do it. It will also give us a little bit of extra advantage early on here. We'll follow Skaya, gain the ability, at some point maybe, to teleport behind enemies, instantly ending their entire career. And let's drink a might potion, head down. I think we'll immediately evoke our Wand of Acid, try and get some early damage on, and we just need to hit a couple times. Okay, so didn't quite have to waste our haste potion, that's good. And it is time to dance indeed. Hey Koval and hey Ugly, you've never played Usk before, Koval? Good luck. We've tried it on a couple of our runs during the course of the series here. We've actually had a few runs that seemed exceptionally powerful with the help of our friend Uskaya. But unfortunately, haven't managed to eke out a win quite yet. So I think that there's no time like the present to change that. And let's try and do good by Uskaya, show off exactly how powerful they really are. And an Iguana, our greatest enemy. Taking a quick look through our inventory here. Wand of Acid isn't super helpful because unfortunately these buddies are exceptionally evasive, at least for the early game here. Might be in a slightly better position to take it on. Did not mean to just wait a turn doing absolutely nothing. That's my bet there. In fact, right, there's no real retreat on this floor. So, everyone just put your hands together and pray with me now. Perfect. Managed to take out that son of a gun. Of course, game can't be happy with that. Immediately run into another Iguana, but we get a much more fortunate roll, and maybe, just maybe, we can turn this momentum around. Wow, that is a lot of Iguana. One floor. Hello, my scorpion friend. Fast. Unfortunately, we don't have any throwing darts of the poison variety, but we could wield our poisonous dagger here. We don't have any skill, but we're still able to attack once per turn with this. And as long as we can stack up that poison, we will take this scorpion out relatively quickly. Just have to hope it's fast enough. I'm gonna blast one acid, see how it treats us, and perfect. Not too bad. +2 Robe of Willpower on Blork the Orc. Never a dull moment. Sweet. Immediately run into problematic issue after problematic issue. But we'll half their health down real quick with a Wand of Acid, and not too bad. I'm very scared of Blork, largely because on Tuesday's Feel It run, we had a whole lot of trouble dealing with Blork in the early dungeon. I feel like I'm carrying over some of that bias today. But that is alright. Ooh, Artifact Buckler. +1 Buckler of Dishonesty. Harm, Corrode, Blink, and 2 pips of resistance to negative energy. Oh yeah, are you dead or still going? Still going. In fact, we've only lost one of your lives so far, and we managed to regain it immediately after. So surprisingly well in terms of how that run is going. Trying to remember exactly where we left off. I think we got our first rune already. Could be wrong there. Definitely getting close. Getting great mileage out of that wand. We're doing our best. Hopefully it will last long enough to get us out of a few more situations here. Definitely don't want to use up the charges too quickly. Don't want to use them in situations where it's not strictly necessary, but anything to stay alive. Okie dokie. Don't know about that buckler, man. I agree. I don't believe I'm going to switch to using it. And the Lemirs here. I always like to call them Lemirs. I don't know how it's actually meant to be pronounced, but when I think of lemur, it's just the cuddly rodent-like animal. Monkey-like animal, I guess, more so than a rodent. But I'm running away here because if you haven't seen us come across Pickle in the past, I have a strict self-policing rule about trying our best not to kill any of those innocent souls and instead just free them from their torment by taking out the master behind all the evil. So, we'll sneak in behind. Hello, Grinder. Not you again. Well, this time, we're not going to accidentally transform Grinder into a Hellwing, at the very least. It's a very unfortunate roll on our deck of destruction because Grinder's one of the classic uniques that you never want to use Polymorph on. Grinder has a really high hit dice relative to their power level, and so they transform into truly terrifying monstrosities almost every time. But we'll check out the Wand of Acid, try and hit Grinder once. Did manage to deal a decent chunk of change. Immediately followed by paralysis, of course, because why wouldn't it? You thought the new lores that the Lemirs are magic summon, and that's why they aren't humans anymore? There is still a message that pops up when you defeat Pickle about releasing the souls. So yeah, I think they're no longer enslaved humans, but they're just innocent souls that have been forced to serve Pickle into undeath, I believe. Could definitely be wrong there as well. But regardless, it's kind of a fun self-imposed rule that I enjoy inflicting upon myself. Right? Gotta pay attention to where we are here. In fact, we'll maybe pop down the stairs. We'll drop a big ol' exclusion right in the middle here. And you mean they would have been condemned to the abyss and turned into lemurs if they weren't bad? But I get you. That is true. That is what happens to all good people in this world. Get sent to the realm of the Lemur King. But we'll do a little bit of a loop-de-loop, trying to get in behind. Pickle, please. Oh no. Okay, we're risking it a little bit, getting surrounded, but it will all be worth it in the end here. I think I will chug my might potion. I was debating going for haste, and now I wish that I did. In fact, I think we will. Put myself in this situation. Oh no. Immediately taking bad damage. Why do I do this to myself? Gonna take a couple more swings here, though. I believe. We just need some luck. Wow, okay, it's taking us a long time to die, but we're not getting any progress done in terms of killing Pickle either. We could have started re-IDing scrolls if I knew we'd last this many turns. But it is what it is. What a day. And we die. It's worth the shot. I took one more swing. At least this time, I can't blame the dungeon. I can't blame luck. I definitely did it to myself.